Hi, my name is Dave Manzo. I'm a filmmaker and I'm sitting on a bus on my way to the Narita airport in Japan after a 9-day journey. This journey of a lifetime took me to the Natsushiyabara region of Japan to cover the Japan Open for disc golf. The Japan Open event is the gold standard of all disc golf tournaments, and we'll spend the next few minutes showing you why. On this episode, we'll show you more about the tournament, we'll talk with some of the disc golf pros and organizers of the event, we'll see the beauty of the disc in flight in slow motion, gawk at the beautiful scenery from the course, get a glance inside the real life of our touring pros, and you'll get to sample the amazing culture and entertainment that was served up to us each night. Oh yeah, and I'll show you some of the highlights of the amazing disc golf I saw during the 5 rounds at the Natsushiyabara Golf Club, where visitors pay as much as 50,000 yen to play around. We'll meet this year's winners and then end with a rapid-fire tour of Tokyo hosted by longtime player and disc golf legend Dave Felberg. So stay tuned and join me as I take you on my disc golf journey to the 2014 Japan Open.
Disc golf is in the air. Join the excitement at pdga.com.
The 2014 Japan Open. This tournament is played on one of the most exclusive golf courses in all of Japan, designed by the well-known Robert Trent Jones Jr. For 1 week, the Nasu Highland Golf Course is transformed into 2 18-hole championship disc golf courses.
The event out here is, by far the best one I've ever been to. The experience and then the property and courses that they have here is just, miles ahead of the rest of the tournaments I've played.
I mean, it's beautiful, and it's a Robert Trent Jones Jr. golf course, and there's just amazing views. The trees are beautiful, the elevation changes. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful aspects of it.
To the PDGA, this is one of the most prestigious events in the world. The actual course that we're on is a $500 round course, so even to have disc golf on it sets a precedent for the rest of our majors.
The Japan Open invites all players from all over the world to come and play.
It's a destination tournament, whether you're a high caliber player or you're a player that wants to just come and see a new part of the world with some disc golf at the highest level thrown in there, and that's a unique situation for this event.
The flight to Japan was a long one. There's an 11-hour time difference between Philadelphia, where I'm from, and Japan, and the trip took just about an entire day to get to the other side of the world. When I arrived at the Narita airport, I found a group of friendly disc golf faces, and some that were just about as exhausted as I was, if not more. And our travel day wasn't even over. Next was a 4-hour bus ride taking us north to the Toa Pure cottages, where we would stay for the next 8 days. After an amazing greeting by the hero staff when we arrived at the cottages, I quickly checked in, checked out the schedule for the next day, and headed to bed. The next morning I woke up and I was able to take in the beautiful resort in its full glory. This place is awesome. The area is famous for its hot mineral springs, and they had their own spring right at the resort for guests to use and enjoy, which I did almost every night. If you're a disc golfer and want to go to Japan, I highly recommend this place. They love disc golf here. They even have a private 9-hole course right on the property, where I got this great picture of a monkey and a basket. Yes, monkeys roam free here, and they can be often spotted in the open field above the main lobby of the cottages. We saw them at the resort right behind our room and on the way to the course. It's really cool seeing them roam around.
Oh dang, too many frisbees, like falling out of the bag.
The organizers of this event anticipate every single detail. They had a scheduled shuttle for us to use, so the players and I hopped on board and took a ride to the Nassau Highland Golf Course, where they were to practice the courses before the tournament began. I got to hang out with Dave Felberg, Ken Climo, Devin Owens, Nathan Westbell, and Jesse Westbell. I had just purchased a new camera, the Panasonic GH4, so I had a really good time playing with the slow motion and the 4K features that the camera has. Enjoy this fun montage that I put together over the first 2 practice days before the tournament.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Yeah, times are changing everywhere. Do we dream and do we dare? It's up to you, the door is open wide. Feel the rhythm of today, learn the part and join the play. The world is here, let's take it for a ride. You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Larger, larger than, bigger, bigger than, living hopes and dreams. Every boy and girl, higher, higher than, brighter, brighter than, all you wanted, and you know. You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You can have all you ever wanted.
One throw left and we've made all of them in one day.
Asshole.
I'll do my show.
The sky, shine brighter than the stars. You can have all you ever wanted. You know you could.
The night before the tournament began, there was a fantastic dinner for the athletes and everyone involved. Sushi was popular, of course, but they had all sorts of great authentic Japanese cuisine to eat. I even got to try some chicken heart. Then, Valerie Jenkins and Nico LaCastro started it all off with a traditional Japanese toast. Next, a procession of samurai warriors carried in all the flags from the different countries at the event this year.
Our producer, our host, the Japan Open Tournament Director, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Kozo Shimbo.
We were very sad that the Japan Open had to cancel in 2012 due to the earthquake. And one of the things that really touched me is when Kozo Shimbo said, "Sorry for the wait, we're back."
I'm very sorry for keep you waiting. Welcome to Japan Open. We are back.
While we ate our amazing food, we were entertained with dancing, samurai warriors, and an amazing drum team. players' packs were unveiled.
Okay, everybody, we're going to introduce our 2014 Players Package featuring Mr. Koga.
As you can see, there were a lot of really cool things that were included in the player packs. But the new shoes from Keen Footwear were just awesome. And deservedly named after this guy, Disc Golf Hall of Famer and Japan Open Tournament Director, the Kozo. It was a great way to end the day, but tomorrow the tournament begins, and it's down to business.
I'm Jay Redding, and you're watching the Japan Open.
The Japan Disc Golf Association was established in 1986, and the country took to the sport quickly.
Back in the early 90s, they were putting in courses here at a rapid rate. I mean, the size of land this place has compared to, say, the United States is very minimal. I don't know what the percentage would be, but it's probably about 5% of land that we have. And at one point in time, they had well more than 5% of the courses that we had, so they were kind of ahead of our curve.
The mission of the JDPDGA is to promote the game of disc golf, which they understand contributes to the sound development of the mind and body of the people. The tournament director Kozo Shimbo told us about his first experience throwing the disc, and it really resonated with me, as I'm sure it will with you.
My friends throw frisbee, so he said, "This is great." I don't know why. So I throw first. I understand. Like a magic. From first throwing, I don't forget. So I want to tell this inspirationじゃなくて feeling to everybody. Please understand. Very good.
The first day was a beautiful day for playing disc golf. The pros had a chance to play in good weather. I hopped in a golf cart and followed a few of the different groups around. Here's some of the action that I got to see. So after a long day in the first 36 holes, a lot of players got slammed with the many areas of out of bounds. Dave Felberg finished up the day leading the card with 14 under par. Nico LaCastro was 2 behind at 12 under, and Simon Lizotte and Ken Climo tied at 11 under. The second card had Ricky Wysocki and Paul McBeth with 9 under, and Nathan Doss and Steve Brinster with 8 unders. Day 2 had its own challenges. The first week in June starts the rainy season in the land of the rising sun, and on schedule the rain came and did not go away. Friday's rounds were especially brutal as the rain just pounded heavily against the players, but they endured and continued to play on. They eventually had no choice but to just do what they could to try to throw with somewhat dry discs. After all, the Japan Open title was at stake.
The conditions are difficult. I mean, we have rain, cold, wind. It's pretty hard out there on that thin fairway grass, and then when it gets muddy, you're slipping around, and it's kind of like you want to be careful more than focus on your shot.
You're not playing your normal game. You can't get focused. It was just get through the round, try and get up there and throw before your disc's soaking wet in your hand. And I'm the kind of player where I really need to get focused. I very carefully map out the shot I'm trying to execute, and I take my time, and it made it tough.
By the end of the day, the thoroughly soaked Dave Fehlberg and Ken Climo had slipped from the top card and were replaced by two new leaders, Ricky Wysocki at 23 under par and Paul McBeth at 21 under par, tied with Nico LaCastro. Simon Lizotte and Dave Fehlberg were only 3 throws off with 18 under. The rainy weather did not deter the players from having a great time playing, though, and that night, the festivities again were incredible.
They treat us like kings here. They really do. They feed you to your full every day, every meal, and make sure that everything you need is taken care of, and they really look out for you here.
My name is Kozo Shimbo. You are watching Japan Open.
Hi, John Dusler here from Disc Golf Planet TV. I'd like to thank our broadcast partners for helping to underwrite this show, and to ask you to consider becoming a lifetime member of Disc Golf Planet by visiting our website.
Saturday was finals day, and the weather held off so that the pros could play a little less inhibited. I caught glimpses of the gorgeous scenery peeking through the clouds as they passed by. By the end of the 5th round, our finalists were in place and ready to challenge each other during the dramatic final 9 holes. For the men, Ricky Wysocki was leading by 4 solid strokes with a 32 under par. Nico LaCastro had a 28 under par, Paul McBeth a 27 under par, and Dave Fehlberg ended the final 4, carding a 26 under. For the women, Valerie Jenkins was leading by 1 stroke with a 23 over par. Paige Pierce was on her heels with a 24 over par. A little farther behind was Jessie Westbill with 43 over, and Mayu Iwazowski with a 46 over. The final 9 was a loop of the holes 1, 2, 17, and 18, starting on and also ending on hole 18 for a total of 9 holes. The rain couldn't hold off for long, and it came down for the evening's final holes. That did not deter the crowds from coming out to see the action. It was a tight match all around for the guys. Nico, Paul, and Dave did all they could to try to catch up to Ricky. On the women's side, it was a battle for first between Valerie and Paige, and a battle for third between Jessie and Mayu. Paige tried her best to catch up with Valerie, but in the end she got caught up and slid back 3 strokes. Valerie walked up to her last putt with confidence and sunk it in to defend her title as the Japan Women's Open champion. Next was the men's finish. Ricky came up to the last 3 holes with 3 strokes still in the lead. All he had to do was play it safe. And play it safe he did, all the way to his first Japan Open championship title.
Well, it's mentally exhausting, with the weather and the whole experience. The course is so challenging that you never really get a break. So during the final 9, I made some putts when it was a big moment. So I'm just glad I was able to make the putts when I needed to. Well, I want to thank Prodigy Disc for helping me get over here and supporting me while I'm over here. So I want to thank them and Dynamite Discs as well for helping me pay for. I think they actually paid for my entry fee here. So I want to thank them and I'm just glad to get the win and be off the course.
I feel relieved. It was a very tense final 9. I only had a 1-stroke lead, and it's always difficult to go into the final 9 with just 1 stroke. I just had to be a little bit more accurate and just play my game. I'm playing the simple up shots down the fairway, trying to keep it safe, so that paid off. Absolutely love to thank Innova for bringing me over here for the very first time when I came in 2004, and Shimbo-san for inviting us back, inviting the champions back every year. Keen shoes for keeping my feet dry while it was pouring rain out there this weekend. Huck Lab, and I'd also like my family. My family is the hugest supporter that I can ask for.
That night, Kozo had planned another wonderful night of eating, celebrating, and entertainment for us. There was a tuna carved right in front of us, and we got to try on some samurai armor, and the awards were handed out. After all the awards were given out, we were treated to more entertainment, which included more drumming, including some surprise guest drummers. Yep, that's Ricky and Valerie up there. Then, to end the evening, there was an amazing cake brought out, especially designed for this year's Japan Open 2014. The next day was recuperation day, so Dave Felberg invited me to come along with him and a couple other disc golfers to check out some spots in Tokyo. So we got some tickets for the bullet train and headed on out. Dave had a great inexpensive hotel for us to stay at, and then it was out to explore the city. The group was all looking for a good time, and they totally found it.
Look at this, look at these screens, the triple screens on the side of this building. Look, pets, dude. Japanese pets. No, dude, look, see a dog? That's cool. Look at that. That's a baby Akita. Dude, look at that dog. That is the coolest baby Akita, dude. That thing is tiny. It's one of the most badass cats.
We even happened to run into a few other disc golfers. What are the odds of that? And then found a great dance club where we partied on into the early morning hours. The next morning was an early up to go find a shrine that Dave had been telling us about.
It's called Gladiator Status on this tour. We were up till 6 in the morning taking the kids around, had breakfast, we don't sleep, and now we do the day trip. We're headed to the Tamagawa Daishi Shrine, very private shrine outside of Tokyo, and find out what your soul's made of. I'm ready. This is gonna cleanse your soul.
Good. I need one good cleanse.
It was quite mystical walking up to it, and seeing those beautiful stone carvings were breathtaking. We took off our shoes and headed in. Cameras weren't allowed below, so I had to leave mine outside while we walked through. Underneath, we walked through into a tunnel in complete darkness that led to an area where 400 Buddhist monks were buried. It was definitely a unique and powerful experience. After checking out some of the outside of the shrine, it was time to say my goodbyes.
It's been a long week in Japan. We are exhausted, but what an experience. I am so happy that I came and can't wait to get back. Japan 2014.
And now I'm heading home. It was a great trip and one I recommend you do if you're able. I hope you enjoyed watching the journey, and if you're new to disc golf and haven't tried it before, go check it out. You certainly don't have to go as far as Japan to play. I'm sure there's a course not too far from you.